but I miss you when you was the issue. Don't wear the shoe if the shoe doesn't fit you. Only around me when it's beneficial. Stop texting my phone, nigga be feeling like leave me alone.
Hello guys, it's Sanaya. Today we are talking books. Okay, I work a lot, which y'all just scored myself a second job, but it's not for too long, okay? It's just until fall semester, so your girl can get some extra little cash, okay? But right now, I have been trying to read more. I've been trying to get on my reading guide again since last year, but life is serious enough, so sometimes I just like to read a cute little rom-com book to make things less serious. So I have a whole bunch of notes on the recent books that I've read, and we are gonna rate them and talk about them together, okay? So I'm gonna start off by saying, unfortunately, none of these books are profound, okay? I do enjoy philosophy, okay? I do like a cute little lifestyle book, whatever. But right now, I have school for that, okay? In my free time when I'm sitting and I have my legs kicked up, unfortunately, I'm gonna be reading a rom-com. I'm sorry to I'm sorry to tell you. We're gonna start with the first book, Between Friends and Lovers by, I don't wanna butcher her last name, but her first name is gonna be Charlene. We're gonna try Obubi. We gave Between Friends and Lovers 3.5 stars. No certifications, I'm not an author. Thank you. For our genres, I put to this one Friends to Lovers, kind of, and also Love Triangle, kind of. This book wasn't really a love triangle, I don't know. Like, it seemed like it, but like you knew who she was gonna go with in the end. So we have our main character, Jo, and I'm literally reading off my notes because I wrote like paragraphs. These books had me heated, okay? So she's our main character. She's beautiful, black. She's a main character. She's a doctor, but she doesn't practice, and so she's a / influencer. So she has a doctorate, you know, but she also is giving young women advice on like sexual health on TikTok. I guess their version of TikTok, Instagram, stuff like that. So she's been in love with her college best friend, Ezra, for like a decade, and he's like an actor, rich, famous, jacked, racially ambiguous, everything, okay? So she's been in love with him for years, and I'm pretty sure he knows, or like he knows that their friendship like crosses boundaries, but he like doesn't care. You know, typical dude in a book. So he's never really given her the time of day for her like that, which I didn't like that at all. So the book opens up with them at her, like his birthday party, but it's like his mom's party, because like she's rich and famous too, obviously. So they're in their big mansion. Jo has a room inside of their mansion because she's just so locked in with the film like that. The mom adores her, you know, the whole 9 yards. While she's at this party, she meets this upcoming upcoming author, Malcolm, who is invited to this party because he wants to meet Ezra's mom to have his book turned into a movie, basically, because he has a new upcoming bestseller romance novel that's doing amazing. So he and Jo meet up and they like hit it off instantly. And the way they meet is kind of weird because this isn't a spoiler, this is our spoiler-free synopsis first. Jo kind of confesses her love to Ezra, and he kind of soft rejects her, so she goes into her room in his house to, you know, calm herself down. And Malcolm is so anxious from, you know, trying to get his fucking book turned into a movie that he goes to the room not knowing it's hers or that she's in there, and they kind of click and hit it off. So you know, they have a cute little meet cute. Malcolm is like stereotypical, just good guy. Like, the man writes romance novels for a living. Like, you know, how more textbook good could he be? I do think that this book finds a good way to juggle comedy and like mental health awareness. But now let's get to the spoilers, okay? Let's get to the my in-depth thoughts, okay? Okay, y'all, it is a whole other day because your girl has work and school. Also, did I tell you I just got a second job? Yep. I am still wearing the same shirt though because I bought these clothes and I can wear them whenever I want. On to the spoilers. Okay, so the book already opens up with some BS because it opens up with Ezra, actor best friend. He brings in Jo, baddie black woman, doctor, influencer, main characters, bully from like, she says 10 years ago, so I'm assuming like college, high school. He brings the bully in on his arm, and Jo's like, oh, you know, he always has a new girlfriend. He been paying me dust. Don't know why. It was just a root for him, but whatever. She's like, oh, he's been paying me dust, whatever. I wouldn't care, except for the fact that this girl called me a monkey, gorilla, whatever, 10 years prior. Ooh, we already open up on the book with Ezra, girl on the arm, Jo, girl's crying because Jo said something to her. We don't know what was said, but we know there is confrontation, okay? And of course, she's crying, and Ezra takes Jo to a little corner, snaps on her. He said, why are you making my little yeah cry? Why are you making her cry? We're making her cry. And Jo's like, what's her name? Is her name YN? And Ezra's like, yeah, how did you know? They take a pause and he's like, oh shit, that's the girl that was racist to you in college. And Joe's like, no shit. Like, she's like, obviously, yes. She's like, yes. Slow, you're slow. While they're having this conversation, she's like, you just don't care to remember. You never cared. If you cared, you would see the eye. And then Ezra's like, Joe, do you? And she's like, and he doesn't inquire further because he don't care, because he doesn't care. And this is her basically confessing to him. He's paying her dust still. And she's like, you know what, Ezra, we're gonna break up. We're gonna break up. And he's like, no, baby, no. What do you mean we've been friends for so long. You've been watching me have every girlfriend I've had for the last 10 years. What do you mean you're gonna break up with me? And then his mom comes in and breaks up the conversation. And her mom's like, is my son being an a-hole to you? And then Joe's like, I'm gonna go chill in my room that I have in y'all's house. That's how close I am with y'all. I'm gonna go chill in my room. So she goes to chill in her room. And then that's where she meets Malcolm, like I said before. But now here's the thing. For the rest of this book, I do like a good love triangle, but for the rest of this book, Ezra is like low-key straight harassing her. He decides randomly that he doesn't want the bully girl anymore. Did I write down her name? No, I don't even write her. That's how irrelevant she is. You know what? This girl isn't everything she cracked up to be, or I thought she was cracked up to be. She's not real at that. I miss Joe. And then he's like, wait, I want Joe as more than a friend. I want her to be my lady. So he's just harassing her for the whole book. I do think that Joe and Malcolm have a sweet relationship, but obviously most of their relationship in the beginning is her getting over Malcolm. I'm dead. Her getting over Ezra. So it's just like I'm a little bit irritated because it's like, you know, we get to see in the book how Ezra's an asshole, and that's like we have to watch you be like, yeah, this perfect, amazing man who is everything I want. He's doing good. He's treating me well. He writes romance novels for a living. He cooks for me, and then, you know, whatever, in his nice apartment. And then yeah, there's my best friend though who doesn't give a fuck about me and who's dating my racist bully. Like, you know what? There's also another big plot point in the book that I won't spoil completely, but basically it's that Joe is 29 and she's a virgin. Yet on her social media, because she's, you know, a licensed doctor, she's giving women sex advice, and some way somehow she just starts getting all this hate online and she's just not doing well with it. It's a good read, guys. Again, 3.5 stars. I would really even give it 4. Just Ezra pissed me off, but I'd really even give it 4 stars. So 3.5 before, but really 3.5 stars. Next book. Okay, so next book that we have is, let's see. I need my glasses for this, hold on. Our second book is Lipstick and Camera Clicks by DJ Murphy. Okay, so I found this book off of TikTok, because, you know, I'm searching, I'm looking, I'm like, romance books, friends to lovers, you know, this is what's coming up. So I have rated this book, again, 3.5 stars, and we're gonna get into why. Our genres are friends to lovers and love triangle, but again, it's kind of, actually no, in this book, I feel like I low-key couldn't tell who she was gonna hang up with. I could tell, but I couldn't tell who she was gonna end up with. Just general synopsis. Basically, after her last relationship ends, it's in shambles, like in a car crash, in a car wreck. Her relationship ends. Indigo, that's her name. I knew somebody who went by Indigo. She swears off men and she decides to focus completely on her career as a makeup artist. So what does she do? She decides to go on Love Island. Bitch, listen. Not really Love Island, but she decides to go on a reality show that's more similar to The Bachelor, where her and a bunch of other girls are fighting over this famous dude. Whatever, we'll get into him in a minute because I have a bone to pick with him. So she's selected to be on, like, yeah, this Bachelor-esque reality TV show, and to compete for Cade. He's this famous actor. He's a bad attitude, wicked curls, baddie face. That's just how to describe him, okay? He's supposed to be all that in a bag of chips. She gets on this show and she's like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna promote my makeup. Because, you know, I've got nothing else to do. I'm living with my best friend and her brother, who I've low-key wanted for the past, like, since I've been out the womb. And she's like, I'm gonna go do it. The best friend brother don't want me, and my man done cheated on me. She moved out from the ex-boyfriend's crib, hopped into the best friend's crib, and now she's on Love Island. But now here's the twist. Her best friend, childhood best friend, so the best friend's brother, sorry, River, the one who she's been in love with for like forever, he's a producer on the show, and he has to watch her and Kate, because let's not forget, Kate is low-key feeling her because, you know, she's the main character. All the other girls are catching attention, but Indigo isn't really feeling him because she's been wanting the other best friend, and she already just got a relationship, so she's really on there focused on her bag, okay? So he's like, he notices that, you know, you're not really like the other girls. You're not like the other girls. And he fuck with it. He fuck with the kid. So he's like, you know what? I like you. And River, he don't like that. He don't like that. Y'all, this book stressed me so much. This book stressed me so much because it is messy. There's a point in the book where, listen, Indigo, she started feeling Cade. She started feeling Cade, okay? She started feeling Cade. Like, feeling him. But she's also feeling River, and she's going back and forth and back and forth. You know, the show, they're sending them on dates, and it's messy because River, he's a producer. He's a producer, okay? You can't be messing with the producer and you're on the show for the actor. You can't do that, okay? You can't do that. You're subject to being booted off the island, my baby. You can't do that. You cannot do that. She's supposed to be in a relationship with Kate. All these girls are in like a relationship with Kate. They're committed to Kate, but they're really not. Everybody was really there for the bag, but they're supposed to be there for Kate. You know, Kate, he kind of know, but he's like, because he's like, you know, you don't go on a reality show most of the time for love. Like, sometimes you do, but it's usually for other things, and maybe if you get love, that's a little bonus. So he's already knowing, like, okay, they're not really fuck with me, but maybe if I fuck with them, they'll be inclined to fuck with me more, you know? River and Indigo have a nice friendship. They have a sweet friendship, and they have a sweet relationship. I love a friends to lovers trope. It's the most organic. It is the most just enthralling, because usually it has yearning, it has jealousy, it has longing, okay, because you don't want to ruin the friend, but you want to, you know, they know each other. It has everything like that. So I'm like, okay, that's cute. And this did have that. But Cade was really stressing me, and I'm going to tell you why. Cade was just such a confusing character. Like, I didn't know, because by the end of the book, I'm not going to tell you guys what happened. By the end of the book, his stance on Indigo is never really clear. Like, I don't know if he wanted to be friends with the girl. He secretly wanted the girl. He just had to admit defeat because the girl wants the other guy, and he can't, what can he say? He got to go out looking good. You know, he can't go out sorry and sad. He got to say, you know, he got you, that's amazing. I don't know what it was, but I feel like his feelings on her should have been expanded on better. I don't know. I also didn't enjoy the blackmail trope they had going on. Lipstick and Camera Clicks, I read it in a day. I think it was a fun read. I just feel like I knew that her and River were gonna end up together. Like, again, at some point I was like, you know, I feel like she is kind of feeling this K guy, but again, he was just like all over the place. And I will give him the, you know, he has his walls up, he's famous, he got money. I'm sure he had a lot going on. Maybe he just, you know, but I just didn't know if he really wanted to pursue her for real. Like, I could tell that he liked her a little bit, at least more than other girls, but they never really made a clear sense of what he felt like. I was like, I really feel like he just was like, you know what, she wants the other guy more, I'm gonna sit back and we could just be friends. I don't know. Next book. Now this book gets a 5 stars for me, and I'm pretty sure it's becoming a movie or a show. I think Netflix is taking it. I have no idea. I literally gifted this book to my friend for Christmas because I knew that she would love it. We have Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter, which I feel like is, everyone talks about this book, but it is just the most rom-com book out there. Like, as I was reading this book, I was imagining it as a movie. Like, it's so cute. It is so cute. And I would tell anybody who, if you're unsure about any of the books I'm speaking about, if you're gonna start reading them and you need to be convinced, read this book first. Okay, so boom. Senior in high school, Liz, she's obsessed with rom-coms. Everything rom-coms. I'm talking, this girl wears frilly dresses every day. She has her makeup how people in rom-coms do it. She has a soundtrack for everyday life. She skips down the street listening to There She Goes. Just imagining everything, okay? And she loves rom-coms because she bonded with her late mother over them, okay? Key detail, because that does come up inside the book a lot. So her childhood crush, I believe his name is Michael. He's relevant, he's annoying. He moves back into town. And childhood crush meaning like elementary school. Okay, this random kid from elementary school, she remembers who she liked. He moves back into town, okay? So, let's see, whatever minutes. She asked for the help of Wes, her other childhood friend, but he's really her childhood bully because he's always picked on her, which low-key, reading the book, I understand it because I'm just like, girl, you were corny, but she's cute, whatever. So she's like, please, Wes, help me. And what does she offer Wes to help her? Because why would he want to help her? They hate each other. She tells him the parking spot that we've been fighting over for our whole lives, because there's like a parking spot, I guess, in their neighborhood that both of their houses like right there, and any other place to park is just inconvenient. There's nowhere else for them to park. Get to walk in the rain, the snow, and okay. And Wes is like, deal, if I help you get this boy, I'll take the parking spot. So she's like, I will let you have the parking spot. I won't fight you for it. I won't pop your tires for it. You can have it, okay? So they agree to fake date so that Liz can capture the interest of Michael. But as they're fake dating, Liz is realizing that she's fucking with Wes more than she thought she would. She's like, I kind of like this Wes kid. But now here's the kicker, Wes has always liked Liz. Right. Now let's get into the spoilers. Okay, so let me start off by saying I really don't like Michael, which I feel like is intentional. He's not a bad guy. It's just that every time something happens to Liz in the book, because of course something cartoonish happens to her, it's a rom-com, you know, he doesn't do anything. He's never a help. Anytime something happens, Wes is the one to come in and save her. Obviously, she's the one who cares about her. But Michael, he's just kind of there as like a side character, which he is a side character. But he adds no real substance to the book. He's just the guy that Liz likes. And throughout the book, I'm just like, what does she like about him? His cute little country accent, the way his hair goes like this. When he walks, like, I don't understand why. He does nothing. He contributes nothing. Waste of space. Waste of words. Sorry. Again, I really felt like reading this book. It felt like watching Ella Enchanted for the first time. It was just really like it just sucked me in. I was like, wow. Anyways, guys, that's the end of this video. Final season is coming up. So if you guys are looking for any study vlogs or anything cute, you know where to find me. I will be reading some more books. Leave some recommendations in the comments, please. If you guys also like romance books and you love rom-coms, 90s to 2000s, and just everything of that nature, and you also just need a break from reality, I'm your girl. Let me know. Let me know what y'all are reading, okay? Because I'm like, the stuff that I'm reading has been infuriating me recently, okay? I've been reading a lot of like dystopian books as well. I didn't put these in here. I only put the rom-coms that I've read. So if you guys want to give me any recommendations, let me know. I love y'all very much. I will see you next video. Bye.